think people have always romanticised the gypsy life because there's something in all of us which yearns for a greater level of freedom. I actually think it's intrinsic to the human condition to need to move around sometimes. But in my case, it seemed to have a particular strength, that desire. I had this feeling that I'd never be able to live happily in a house or even a static caravan unless I'd known what it was like to live on the road for a while. People often seem to suggest I had to make a choice between being a traveller and being an integrated British person. And I thought if I could live on the road like a traveller for a while and earn a living using my education, then I was disproving that argument that you had to be either a gypsy or British. I knew that unless I lived on the road, even for a short period of time, I'd never be able to relax. You could call that wanderlust or restlessness or itchy feet. I just wanted to see if I could get a little bit of that inner strength that these amazing people who were nomads that I knew that I was related to had. I just wanted a little bit of that strength. When I set out, I had quite a purist's attitude to travelling around. I wanted to stay in as many traditional gypsy stopping places as I could. I wanted to be where my people had been, even if only briefly. But of course, as soon as I started, I realised that there were far more than I could ever stay in. I travelled around networks of stopping places initially in southern England, and then moving up to East Anglia. I then went down to France. I travelled around Wales, north of England and Scotland, and that lasted me about a year. I slept in 73 different stopping places during that time. At the end of a year on the road, I felt like I looked at the map of Britain and it looked different to me. It had almost changed. I could point to these spots and say, these people were there, my people were there. And that kind of proved that it was still possible to live that life to an extent. I felt like I looked at the map of Britain differently, and I felt like I belonged in it more because I'd researched and been to and stayed in these places that were connected to me and my people. Did I feel changed by it? Yeah, I just feel a little bit more equipped to deal with what life throws at me, I suppose. It's not a particularly spectacular conclusion, is it? I don't feel like I've become some sort of gypsy X-Man or something. But the world doesn't seem as threatening or problematic to me as it once did.